What if everything you've been told about happiness is a lie? What if the key to your true power has been hiding in plain sight, in the moments you spend alone? Don't you get lonely? When are you going to settle down? These aren't just questions, they're societal scripts programmed into us for generations. But what if we flipped the script? Let me introduce you to Sarah. 6 months ago, she was trapped in a cycle many of us know too well. Living for others, adapting, compromising. Her life was a collage of other people's needs, her own voice barely a whisper. Then, one day, she made a decision, not out of rebellion, but out of a deep desire for freedom. She chose to live alone, and what happened next was nothing short of extraordinary. Within weeks, Sarah's cortisol levels, her stress hormone, plummeted by 47%. Her heart rate variability, a marker of emotional resilience, soared. And the most remarkable part? Brain scans revealed new neural networks forming in areas linked to confidence and self-awareness. It wasn't just a feeling. It was biology, chemistry, and physics, all aligning to create a new version of her. But Sarah's story isn't unique. In fact, it's a phenomenon backed by science. Studies show that when women step into their own space, their brains begin to reorganize. Instead of the chaotic beta waves of stress, we see alpha and theta waves, patterns associated with creativity, intuition, and profound peace. Imagine rewiring your brain to unlock your fullest potential simply by reclaiming your independence. When you live alone, your environment becomes a canvas for self-expression. Every choice, from the colors you decorate with to the meals you prepare, becomes a reflection of your true self. And here's the fascinating part. Every decision you make in solitude strengthens your brain. Choosing what to eat, how to spend your day, solving problems, these are not mundane tasks. They're workouts in a neural gymnasium, building pathways of self-reliance and resilience. Over time, these pathways become so robust that dependence on external validation starts to feel foreign. Let's talk about energy. Living alone isn't just a lifestyle choice, it's a vibrational shift. Scientists call it heart-brain coherence, when your heart and mind operate in harmony, creating a powerful electromagnetic field around you. Instead of scattered energy, you project clarity and confidence. This isn't just metaphysical poetry, it's measurable science. When you live in alignment with your authentic self, your energy becomes coherent, harmonious. This shift doesn't just affect you, it changes the way the world interacts with you. Imagine walking into a room and people feeling your calm, confident presence. This isn't magic, it's physics. And here's the kicker. When your energy changes, so does your reality. You stop attracting chaos and start magnetizing opportunities that align with your newfound frequency. Think of it as becoming the CEO of your own quantum field. Every thought, every emotion you emit sends out signals that the universe responds to. When your internal state is one of wholeness, you start to see wholeness reflected in your external life. Of course, the transition isn't always easy. Many women experience what I call validation withdrawal. The initial solitude can feel unsettling, even frightening. That's your brain's addiction to external approval fighting back. Your nervous system, so accustomed to seeking validation from others, will resist the change. But here's the truth. Growth is on the other side of discomfort. Each moment you choose self-trust over external validation, you're breaking old programs and creating new neural circuits. Here's what happens next. Your body begins to produce a different cocktail of chemicals. Stress hormones like cortisol take a back seat, while feel-good chemicals like serotonin and oxytocin take center stage. And the most fascinating part? This isn't just a temporary state. With consistent practice, these changes become encoded in your DNA. Yes, you heard that right. Your very genetic expression shifts, setting you on a path of emotional stability and vitality. Living alone also opens the door to what I call creation mode. Without the constant noise of others' energies, you have the perfect laboratory to design your future. Visualization, meditation, morning routines. These aren't just wellness trends, they're tools for quantum transformation. Each time you emotionally rehearse your desired future, you're teaching your body to live as if it's already happened, aligning your biology with your destiny. But this journey isn't just about you. When you step into your power, you become a walking invitation for others to do the same. Your energy, your confidence, your independence, they ripple out into the world, inspiring others to break free from their own limitations. This is the power of authenticity. When you live in alignment with your true self, you give others permission to do the same. But don't you get lonely? Society's programming runs deep, doesn't it? From a young age, we're taught that a woman's worth is tied to her relationships, her ability to nurture, her ability to compromise. But here's what they don't tell you. True happiness doesn't come from fitting into a mold. It comes from breaking free of it. Think about it. For centuries, women have been conditioned to seek approval, to prioritize others over themselves. But this programming isn't innate, it's learned. And what's learned can be unlearned. When you live alone, you're not just changing your circumstances, you're changing your brain. Studies show that women who embrace solitude experience significant changes in their default mode network, the part of the brain active during introspection. Instead of spiraling into worry or self-doubt, their minds become organized, efficient, creative. Imagine waking up each day with the knowledge that every choice you make is yours. No compromises, no second guessing. Just pure, unfiltered authenticity. Here's the most beautiful part. Once you break free from the need for external validation, your new state of being becomes your baseline. Your body literally forgets how to operate from that old place of dependency. The need for constant approval starts to feel foreign, even uncomfortable. You're not just changing your mind, you're changing your biology, your cells, your neural pathways, your energy field, all of it transforms. You become the master of your internal world, and in doing so, you begin to shape your external reality. Here's where science meets spirituality. When you live alone, you create what quantum physicists call a coherent field. Your atoms vibrate at a higher frequency, and your electromagnetic field expands. This isn't wishful thinking, it's measurable science. When you operate from a place of independence and wholeness, you become an attractor pattern, drawing experiences that align with your elevated state. Living alone isn't isolation, it's liberation. It's the freedom to create, to design, to live a life that's authentically yours. Living alone is an opportunity to master your emotions in a way that few experiences can offer. Most people spend their lives reacting to external forces, the moods of others, the pressures of society, the expectations they never agreed to. But solitude allows you to flip the script and become an emotional alchemist. When you wake up in a space that is entirely yours, every choice you make sets the tone for the day. Your morning routine becomes a sacred ritual. The act of sipping coffee, journaling, or simply sitting in silence carries a profound meaning because it's an act of self-care, untethered to anyone else's needs. But here's the fascinating part. These small acts of self-love don't just feel good. They create measurable changes in your body. Neuroscientists have found that when you intentionally cultivate joy and peace, your brain releases neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine. Over time, these chemicals reinforce neural pathways associated with emotional resilience. The first hour of your day is what scientists call a prime state for your brain. When you wake up, your brain is in a theta state, highly suggestible and ready for new programming. This is why creating a morning routine isn't just about productivity, it's about shaping your neural pathways for the day ahead. Imagine this. You wake up, and instead of immediately checking your phone or responding to emails, you take 5 minutes to breathe deeply. You journal 3 things you're grateful for. You set an intention for the day, something as simple as, "Today, I choose peace." These aren't just wellness buzzwords. Studies show that intentional morning practices like these can increase heart rate variability, HRV, a key marker of emotional and physical resilience, by as much as 40%. The result? A calmer, more focused mind and body that's prepared to handle whatever the day brings. Every decision you make in solitude is like lifting a weight in the gym of self-reliance. At first, it might feel challenging. Deciding what to eat, what to do with your free time, or how to solve a problem can feel overwhelming when there's no one else to lean on. But with each decision, you're strengthening your brain's prefrontal cortex, the area responsible for executive function and decision making. Over time, these neural pathways become stronger. Tasks that once seemed daunting become second nature. And here's the best part. This newfound confidence doesn't stay confined to your home. It spills over into every aspect of your life. You become more decisive, more self-assured, and more capable of handling challenges. One of the most remarkable changes that happens when you live alone is the transformation of your brain's default mode network, DMN. This network is active during moments of introspection and self-reflection. In people who are constantly surrounded by others, the DMN often becomes a breeding ground for worry and self-doubt. But in the quiet of solitude, something incredible happens. The DMN becomes more efficient, more organized, and think of it like decluttering a messy closet. In the beginning, the silence might feel uncomfortable, even overwhelming. But as you settle into your solitude, your mind begins to reorganize itself. You gain clarity. Your thoughts become more focused. You start to see solutions instead of problems. Have you ever walked into a room and felt the energy shift? Science tells us that every living being emits an electromagnetic field. And here's the fascinating part. The energy you emit is directly tied to your emotional state. When you're stressed or anxious, your field becomes chaotic and disorganized. But when you're at peace, your field becomes coherent and harmonious. Living alone gives you the opportunity to cultivate this energy without interference. You're not constantly adjusting to the moods or energies of others. Instead, you're creating a space where your heart and mind can operate in perfect harmony. This is what scientists call heart-brain coherence, and it's a game changer. When you achieve heart-brain coherence, your electromagnetic field becomes so powerful that it can influence the people around you. Studies have shown that this field can extend up to 15 feet from your body. Imagine the impact of walking into a room with an energy so strong, so calm, that it naturally uplifts everyone around you. This isn't just a personal transformation. It's a ripple effect. When you live in alignment with your authentic self, you inspire others to do the same. You become a walking invitation for others to step into their own power. For centuries, women have been told that their value lies in their relationships. Be a good daughter, be a good wife, be a good mother. But here's the truth. Your worth has nothing to do with anyone else. It's intrinsic. It's yours. Living alone is a radical act of self-love because it allows you to break free from this programming. Each day you spend in solitude is a day spent rewriting the narrative. You're not just surviving, you're thriving. You're creating a life that is unapologetically yours. At first, the shift can feel uncomfortable. You might find yourself reaching for your phone, longing for someone to validate your choices. This is what I call validation withdrawal. It's your brain's way of clinging to old patterns. But here's the beautiful part. Every time you choose to trust yourself instead of seeking approval, you're creating new neural pathways. These pathways are like bridges, connecting you to a new way of being. The more you choose self-trust, the stronger these bridges become. And over time, the need for external validation fades. You become your own source of approval, your own anchor in the storm. Living alone isn't just about creating physical space. It's about creating an energetic space where anything is possible. Quantum physicists tell us that our thoughts and emotions create a field of energy that interacts with the world around us. When you live in alignment with your true self, this field becomes a magnet for opportunities. Think about this. Every time you visualize your future with clarity and intention, you're sending a signal into the quantum field. You're not just dreaming, you're creating. And the more consistent you are in holding this vision, the more the universe aligns to bring it into reality. Without the noise of others' energies, living alone becomes the perfect laboratory for creation. This is where you can design your future, not as a reaction to others' expectations, but as a reflection of your deepest desires. Take time to visualize your ideal life. See it, feel it, act as if it's already yours. Neuroscience shows us that when you rehearse your desired future with elevated emotions, your brain begins to fire in new patterns. Over time, these patterns become your new normal. You're not just imagining a better life, you're preparing your body and mind to live it. Living alone isn't just about independence, it's about transformation. It's a journey of self-discovery, a space where you can dismantle old beliefs and rebuild yourself on your terms. In solitude, you don't just adapt to the world, you begin to shape it. The changes start within, but their effects ripple outward, influencing your relationships, career, and even your health. Let's dive deeper into the profound transformation that solitude offers, exploring not just the science, but also the spiritual and emotional aspects that redefine what it means to live authentically. When you live alone, you have the unparalleled opportunity to master your emotional state. Most people live in reaction to the world around them, reacting to a rude comment, a disapproving look, or even an imagined slight. But solitude gives you the space to pause, reflect, and respond instead of react. Imagine waking up in the morning with a sense of calm, knowing that you're in complete control of your environment. You're not managing someone else's energy or walking on eggshells. Instead, you're choosing how to feel. Each time you choose joy, peace, or gratitude, you're training your brain to default to those emotions. Here's the fascinating part. This isn't just philosophy, it's biology. Neuroscience shows that the more you practice self-regulation, the more your brain's anterior cingulate cortex, ACC, strengthens. The ACC is responsible for emotional regulation and decision-making. Over time, your ability to manage stress and navigate challenges improves dramatically. When you intentionally create positive emotional states, your body responds in extraordinary ways. Your hypothalamus, the brain's control center, releases neurotransmitters and hormones like serotonin, oxytocin, and dopamine. These chemicals don't just make you feel good, they have a cascade of benefits. Improved immunity. Oxytocin reduces inflammation and boosts your immune system. Enhanced sleep. Serotonin is a precursor to melatonin, the hormone that regulates your sleep cycle. Increased energy. Dopamine enhances motivation and focus, helping you feel more energized throughout the day. Living alone gives you the perfect laboratory to experiment with these states, free from external distractions. Let's revisit the power of a morning routine. When you live alone, you have the freedom to design a routine that aligns with your goals and values. Whether it's journaling, meditating, exercising, or simply sipping tea while watching the sunrise, these moments set the tone for your day. The key is consistency. Studies show that habits practiced in the first hour of your day have the highest chance of becoming ingrained. Why? Because your brain is still in a theta state, a highly suggestible frequency that allows new patterns to take root. Think of your morning routine as planting seeds in the fertile soil of your subconscious mind. Here's a powerful example. Start your day with a gratitude practice. Write down 3 things you're grateful for and why. Research from Harvard shows that this simple act can increase happiness levels by up to 25% over time. Gratitude shifts your focus from what's lacking to what's abundant, rewiring your brain for positivity. When you live alone, your environment becomes a reflection of your inner world. The colors you choose, the art you display, even the way you arrange your furniture, all of these elements influence your energy. In quantum physics, this is known as resonance, the idea that the energy you emit attracts similar frequencies. Consider this. If your home feels chaotic or cluttered, it mirrors a disorganized mind. But if your space feels serene and intentional, it supports clarity and peace. Take time to curate your environment, declutter, add elements that inspire you, a vision board, calming scents, or objects that hold positive memories. You're not just decorating, you're creating an energetic blueprint that supports your growth. Living alone gives you the ideal conditions to practice what's known as embodied manifestation. This isn't about wishful thinking. It's about aligning your thoughts, emotions, and actions to create the future you desire. Here's how it works. Visualization. Close your eyes and vividly imagine your desired future. See it, feel it, and embody it as if it's already real. Elevated emotions. Combine this visualization with emotions like gratitude, joy, and excitement. These emotions amplify your signal to the quantum field.
Action. Take steps that align with your vision. Even small actions send a powerful message to your subconscious mind. I'm serious about this.
Neuroscience backs this up. When you rehearse a future scenario with elevated emotions, your brain doesn't distinguish between the imagined experience and reality. Your neurons fire in new patterns, creating the pathways needed to bring your vision to life. Every decision you make in solitude strengthens your neural pathways for confidence and self-reliance. Think of it like this. Every time you solve a problem, make a choice, or navigate a challenge without external input, you're flexing a mental muscle. Over time, these muscles become so strong that dependence on others starts to fade. Here's an example. Let's say you're deciding how to spend a quiet evening. Instead of defaulting to scrolling social media, you choose to read a book or start a creative project. In that moment, you're telling your brain, I trust myself to make choices that align with my growth. The more you practice this, the more natural it becomes. You start to notice a shift, not just in your internal state, but in how others perceive you. Confidence is magnetic. It's a signal that says, I know who I am, and I trust myself to navigate life. When you step into your independence, you don't just change your life, you inspire others to do the same. This is what I call the ripple effect of independence. Your energy, your confidence, your authenticity, it radiates outward, touching everyone you interact with. Imagine this. You walk into a room with the calm assurance of someone who knows their worth. People notice. They're drawn to your energy, your clarity. They start to question their own patterns, wondering, what if I could feel that way too? This isn't just anecdotal. Studies show that emotional states are contagious. When you emit a coherent, harmonious energy, you naturally uplift those around you. You become a walking invitation for others to step into their power. Living alone doesn't mean living in isolation. In fact, it often leads to deeper, more meaningful relationships. Why? Because you're no longer seeking connection from a place of need. Instead, you're approaching relationships from a state of wholeness. When you're at peace with yourself, you naturally attract people who match your frequency. These relationships are based on mutual respect, authenticity, and shared values. They don't drain your energy, they amplify it. One of the most profound aspects of living alone is the opportunity for peak experiences, moments of deep connection with yourself and the universe. These aren't everyday occurrences, but when they happen, they're transformative. Imagine sitting in silence, watching the sunset, and feeling a profound sense of unity with the world around you. In these moments, your brain shifts into gamma waves, the frequency associated with mystical experiences. Your pineal gland releases DMT, sometimes called the spirit molecule, creating a sense of expansiveness and clarity. These experiences aren't just spiritual, they're deeply biological. They change your brain, your body, and your perception of reality. Living alone is an invitation to step into the most powerful version of yourself. It's not about isolation. It's about liberation. It's about reclaiming your sovereignty and creating a life that's authentically, unapologetically yours. So here's my question for you. Are you ready? Are you ready to break free from the narratives that no longer serve you? To step into a life where your decisions, your energy, and your happiness are entirely your own? Because this isn't just a lifestyle change, it's a revolution. And it starts with one simple yet profound choice: to trust yourself enough to walk this path. Solitude is more than just being alone. It's a space where you can master your emotions and create the life you've always desired. Think of this as becoming an emotional alchemist. You no longer let circumstances dictate how you feel. Instead, you take control of your internal state, turning fear into courage, sadness into joy, and doubt into confidence. Here's how it works. Every emotion you feel triggers a cascade of biochemical reactions in your body. When you feel gratitude, your brain releases oxytocin and serotonin, hormones that create a sense of connection and well-being. When you feel stressed or overwhelmed, your brain releases cortisol and adrenaline, preparing you for survival. By living alone, you have the rare opportunity to observe these reactions without external influences, and more importantly, to choose how you respond. Your heart isn't just a pump for blood, it's a powerful generator of electromagnetic energy. Studies show that the heart's electromagnetic field is 5,000 times stronger than that of the brain. When you're in a state of coherence, where your emotions and thoughts align harmoniously, this field becomes organized and rhythmic. Living alone provides the perfect conditions to cultivate this coherence. With no external distractions, you can practice heart-centered meditation or gratitude exercises that amplify your heart's energy. Over time, this coherence doesn't just change how you feel, it changes how others perceive you. You become a beacon of calm, confidence, and clarity, a force that naturally uplifts those around you. Society has conditioned us to believe that we're incomplete without constant connection, especially as women. For centuries, the narrative has been that our value lies in our ability to nurture, compromise, and support others. But here's the truth. This dependency isn't innate. It's learned. And just as it's been learned, it can be unlearned. Living alone is your chance to break free from this programming. Each day, you make choices that reflect your authentic self, rather than the expectations of others. Over time, these choices become habits, and these habits reshape your neural pathways. You're not just surviving alone, you're thriving. You're becoming a woman who knows her worth and doesn't seek it from others. Every habit you form in solitude rewires your brain. Neuroscientists call this process neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to adapt and change throughout your life. The more you repeat a behavior, the stronger the neural connections associated with it become. Over time, these connections form automatic pathways, making the behavior second nature. For example, let's say you start a nightly routine of journaling your thoughts and feelings. At first, it might feel unnatural or even tedious, but as you continue, your brain begins to associate this practice with a sense of calm and closure. After a few weeks, it becomes a habit, a mental checkpoint that helps you process the day and prepare for restful sleep. Living alone gives you the perfect conditions to become a reality architect. Quantum physics teaches us that the energy we emit through our thoughts and emotions shapes the experiences we attract. When you live in solitude, free from external distractions, you can focus your energy with laser precision. Here's a simple yet powerful practice. Spend a few minutes each day visualizing your ideal future. Feel the emotions associated with that future: joy, gratitude, excitement, as if it's already happened. Act in alignment with this vision, even in small ways. This isn't just daydreaming, it's teaching your body and mind to operate as if your future is already your present. Over time, this alignment creates a magnetic effect, drawing the people, opportunities, and experiences that match your elevated state. Create a vision board. Visual reminders of your goals can help you stay focused and inspired. Include images, quotes, and symbols that resonate with your desired future. Establish rituals. Rituals create structure and meaning. Whether it's lighting a candle before meditating or setting aside time for self-reflection each evening, these practices ground you in the present. Explore your passions. Solitude is the perfect time to dive into hobbies or skills you've always wanted to explore. Painting, dancing, writing, whatever lights you up. Set boundaries. Living alone doesn't mean you're always available. Set clear boundaries with friends and family to protect your energy. Living alone doesn't mean isolating yourself from others. Instead, it allows you to approach relationships from a place of wholeness. When you're not seeking validation or approval, your connections become more authentic. You're no longer looking for someone to complete you. You're looking for someone who complements your already fulfilled life. Here's the fascinating part. When you approach relationships from this elevated state, the dynamics shift. People are drawn to your confidence and independence. They respect your boundaries and value your presence. These aren't surface-level connections. They're deeply resonant relationships built on mutual respect and alignment. Living alone isn't just a phase. It's a long-term investment in your well-being. Here's what you can expect over time. Enhanced mental clarity. With fewer distractions, your thoughts become more focused. You gain the ability to solve problems and make decisions with ease. Improved health. Reduced stress and increased emotional resilience lead to better sleep, stronger immunity, and even slower aging. Unshakable confidence. Over time, the self-reliance you build becomes second nature. You trust yourself to navigate challenges and seize opportunities. A deeper sense of purpose. Solitude gives you the space to explore your passions and align your life with your values. Beyond the science, there's a mystical side to solitude that's hard to put into words. In the quiet moments, when you're completely present with yourself, you can feel a connection to something greater. Call it the universe, divine energy, or simply your higher self, whatever resonates with you. These moments of stillness are where you tap into your deepest wisdom. They're where you realize that you are enough, exactly as you are. And from this place of self-acceptance, you can create a life that feels not just good, but extraordinary. Living alone isn't about retreating from the world. It's about redefining how you engage with it. It's about stepping into your power and reclaiming your narrative. It's about choosing freedom over fear, authenticity over conformity, and self-love over societal expectations. So, are you ready to step into your sovereignty? To live a life that's unapologetically yours? This journey isn't always easy, but it's worth it. Because the woman you become on the other side is powerful, confident, and free. And she's waiting for you to take that first step.